kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
When I say, who's the master? You say,
What is up, guys? Show Enough the King here, back with another video, and today I'm doing something different. So, it's 2022. I'm trying to evolve my channel, do some new things. I've got some new hobbies, some new interests, and I want to make sure that they are properly reflected on my channel. And again, if you guys have not seen my most recent room tour, first thing I would say is, what are you doing? You should need to definitely check that video out. It will be linked in the description below. I got the USS flag. I got a bunch of other new action figures and stuff, so definitely check it out, support the channel. So with me saying that I got a USS flag, over the past like 6 months plus, almost a year now, I've been branching out into 1/18 scale or 3 1/4 to 4-inch action figures. So I've been testing the waters with anything as low as Final Faction, which usually retail about $1, all the way up to Joy Toy, which those figures probably run about $25 to $30 per figure. So I've kind of run the gambit of cost, and I wanted to just try to highlight the cheaper side of the 3 1/4 inch figures. And I have here some of my favorites that I've managed to gather over the course of 2020, and they've just been kind of sitting in a corner waiting for the right opportunity for me to open them up. So I figured, why not just do a video, open everything up, and just take a look at it and how it kind of meshes together with the other line. So the first thing I want to open up is the Final Faction Churro. This is part of the Final Faction line, which is about $1 at Dollar Tree. And you see here we have the robotic dog RD0, and then we have the other pet pool that comes with him. Again, he has his little profile in the back. It says, steadfast, loyal canine companion. Churro's bite is every bit as bad as his bark. So again, you guys can pause to read the rest. So let's go ahead and get this thing open. Now, I actually already own one of these. This is probably my second. I actually bought 3 total, because when I actually opened up the first one, I actually was super impressed with how it looked, especially for like a $1 figure. Again, it has limited articulation. Each of the 4 legs move. The head can turn left and right, but it doesn't have any up or down motion. But it actually just stands very well. So like if you're having it in like dioramas or things like that, it just looks really good up against other 3 1/4 inch figures, especially if you have like a futuristic kind of look going on. And then we have the little tiny dog that comes with them as well that looks just as good. Churro and RD0. Get another close-up like here. Again, the paint detail is solid. He has holes where you can add different weapons, because that's kind of what Final Faction does. You can buy like accessories that you can plug into the holes, like guns or like jet boosters, things of that nature. So it does have a great compatibility. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because one of the things that I do not like from Final Faction is I actually don't like the actual figures themselves. And it's not because of things like paint apps or stuff like that. I just hate the limited articulation that they have. So in the Final Faction figures, the humans or whatever, they only have movement in the arms. So the arms are the only thing that move, and they only move up or down. There's no movement in the legs. And again, that to me is just pointless. You can't sit, you can't kneel, you really can't do anything. And for me, if you can't even do that kind of limited stuff, it's not going to serve my purposes. So I'm probably not going to collect any more Final Faction humans. But Final Faction does have like alien creatures, and they also have like little robots. So if you want to do like little if you guys again saw my USS flag, I have a couple of those Final Faction like station robots as like guards, and it serves that purpose, because they can be rigid. But here we have the weapons pack, heavy arms. Again, this is $1. And again, it says here on the back we have the Skyflower, which is a rocket launcher, the Rabbit Wolf, which is an assault rifle, the Angry 8, which is a grenade launcher, the Railgun, which is a sniper rifle, and the Tattooist, which is a Gatling gun. So And again, as far as like 3¼ inch, 4-inch weapons go, these are actually pretty solid. Like if I, in the G.I. Joe lot that I bought, I noticed that a lot of those guns didn't have a lot of details. So getting guns like this is kind of right up the alley for those kind of weapons where you can kind of put them on other people to use. So here's a Gatling gun. Again, very basic, but it serves the purpose. If you want to kind of go in and paint over it, you can definitely do that. Rocket launcher. Looks cool. It's basic, but it's cool. There isn't any holes in here, so if you wanted to use like blast effects and things like that, you'd have to get the ones that wrap over the top, and I have seen some of those online. But again, you can put these on 4-inch action figures and they should fit. And again, later on when I open up these corpse things, I'll see how they look with the Final Faction stuff. All right, so that's that. Let's go ahead and get the take a look at the corpse. Now, this one I actually found at Ollie's. It's a East Coast like discount store. I'm not sure, they might be on the West Coast as well, but I was able to get this for like $6. It comes with 2 4-inch figures, guns, and it came with a dog, another dog with rockets on it. So I kind of saw Churro, and I was like, ooh, Churro. So I was like, kind of like using those together. So out of the ones that I got, there was actually more than this, but for the video I'm just going to open up these 2, but I think there were a set of like 5. So again, it comes with an 8-page comic and these 2 figures, and on the back here we have just some of the other stuff for them. And again, this is a really good line. Like I actually went to a different Ollie's earlier last week, and I actually was able to get 2 vehicles. One was like a helicopter and one was like a tank, and then the tank itself would fit almost any 3¼ inch or 4-inch figure. The only figures that didn't fit in that tank were probably the World of Halo stuff. So there's that. So let's go ahead and get this open. All right, so I have some of this stuff open now. So and I also decided to bring in some of my other figures so we can see what they look like next to each other. And here we have some of the Final Faction. And again, I really like some of the little details that they put in with these figures, like, the shadow, the mask. They have holsters, so these little guns can kind of go in. These little details where they're not molded in are very nice. And again, they have solid articulation. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, but I mean, you can get, like, these things have better articulation than some of the 3¼ inch Joes, in my opinion. Again, single jointed knees, no double jointed knees, but at least they can bend and they can get into like those seated positions if you want to kind of get him into a vehicle. And again, he stands fine. And we have the other guy, basic, solid paint apps, nothing earth shattering. But again, very good articulation. He has a molded gun here, but he also has a holster, and he has peg holes, so if you want to put him into a stand, you can do that as well. Like the flesh tones, again, very solid figure. And again, this is how they stand up next to Churro, and then here's the dog that came with them, and again, the same detail. The legs move. No details in the eyes, unlike Churro, where he had like red eyes. This other dog. But again, it's solid. I love the little package, the little pouches that he has on his side. I mean, it's a really good release. And again, it came with guns. Now it looks like the Final Faction guns are a little bit bigger, but it looks like they could still. Now this is the Final Faction gun. Let's see if it fits. So it's a little bit of a loose fit, but if you kind of hold it in a certain angle, you can do things like have them hold the gun, and it can work. So it can work under certain circumstances. So, and again, here is, you know, a 4-inch G.I. Joe, 4-inch, you know, Storm Shadow, and a 3¼ inch Flame Stormtrooper. Then the Flame Stormtrooper does look smaller in comparison to some of the other Final Faction things, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. All right, let's go ahead and get this Jurassic Clash open, and then we'll finish up. All right, so here we are. Everything's been unboxed. We have the corpse. We have the Dino Commanders, which is this one right here, the Jurassic Clash. It came with a figure and a dinosaur. And you know, just see here on the box, like I wasn't familiar with this line at all, but it looks like the one common theme is that these are all done by Lannard Toys or Lannard Toys, however you want to say it. Again, it came with the same kind of figure. All their figures look alike. Again, the same base articulation, and the dinosaur itself looks really good. The legs on the dinosaur don't really move. The mouth has some articulation. It can kind of open and close. And then what I actually really loved about this is that it's being used as a rider. So you have like this harness that you can climb onto that kind of snaps in under here. And then it also has like this like technology harness where it's like a generator or some sort of like power source that's on top of the dinosaur. Like honestly, I would have to look into it further to kind of see like, is there some sort of like engine that makes him move faster? Like I'm not really sure what the purpose of that engine on his back is, but it's a solid piece. And then the other one, it came with the bike. Again, this is a really basic, you know, bike. Again, the wheels move on the front and back, but it doesn't stand up on its own. It falls over immediately. As you can see here, there is no kickstand or anything, but again, it serves its purpose. So what I kind of have here for you guys to see is just a lineup of everything from different lines. So again, we have Star Wars Black Series, the 3¼ inch scale here. We have the Corpse. We have the 3¼ inch G.I. Joe Vintage. I believe that's lift ticket. And then, you know, we have over here the 4-inch G.I. Joe Retro, and then we have the more expensive figures from Joy Toy. And again, we have the Golden Dawn, I believe. Those two here. And again, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a sense of how everything's scaled next to each other and how well they would fit in a lineup. Let's give you guys a close up. And I think they all fit. I think everything has its place. Nothing looks absurdly out of place. So I definitely think that everything has a place in your 1/18 scale dioramas. So again, that's pretty much the video. I just wanted to kind of show you guys that. If you do like this kind of video, let me know in the comment section below. If this video does well, I'll continue to do more videos like that, like this, where I showcase more 1/18 scale action figures. Again, thank you so much for your support. This is going to be a great, hopefully it'll be a great 2022 for everybody. This is Sean the King. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.